Welcome to the Wing Life Podcast, where we talk about wing foiling and the lifestyles of those who enjoy this great sport. All right, my friend, thanks for taking the time to come back.
Yeah, sure. With pleasure. I think there was a little issue with the first time.
Yes, sometimes every once in a while, the world of online crashes, but we make time. So you're studying for your pilot's license? That's what you're doing today?
Yeah, I'm actually studying a lot for the private pilot license. It's not yet a license to be working or commercial flying pilot, but it's a beginning, so it's not the same level, but it's quite, I would not say hard, but quite full. It's quite full license too, so there is a lot of aspects to know and to learn by heart. So, but I like it. I spend my time doing this now, and I like it.
When did you start flying?
I started this January this year, so
really?
It's now 5-6 months, and I'm almost finished. I still have to pass the theoretical part, so now I'm studying for it, and then I pass my flying exam, and it must be fine around July if everything goes well.
Oh, that's cool. Bonne chance there. Hope that goes well. So flying foiling and then flying. That's going to be pretty sweet. They work together.
Yeah, sure. And actually, there's a lot of pilots who also do kiting or winging in the industry. So I think it's the mindset. It's kind of linked.
I could see that being. Yeah, I've always wanted to try it, and maybe that's something I'm going to do in the years to come. Because it's hard to access, though, isn't it? It's expensive
super
and
hard
difficult
to access. Yeah. It's really a tough job. It's a lot of involvement and a lot of things to do, as well as the way to go in. It's really hard. Like, you have some schools, but you also have not that much places for a lot of demand. So yeah, it's tricky, but it's a matter of being passionate by it. I think you would not want to be a pilot if you are not passionate by airplanes and aviation.
That's fair.
So
that is fair.
Yeah, you must be motivated, I think.
Well, got to be motivated in the foil world too. It's been a little bit since we talked. So you went to, what was the last event that you went to?
I went to the
Defi Wind.
Yeah,
yes.
That's what
How
we were
was
talking
that?
about. Yeah, it was super good. Actually, we had a lot of chance winning this year because we had the only period of wind. I was also doing the Defi kite. There was totally no wind. It was really light. But the week after for winging, we had around 15 to 30 knots. So this was perfect. And we had 3 days of pure actions. So we enjoyed a lot. Yeah, this year was really nice. I think there was more people on the water and out of the water. And I think the organization wants to increase this amount of people already for next year. So we must be around 1,000 next year. And this is crazy, I think.
Yeah. Wow, 1,000 wings or 1,000?
1,000 wings.
Everything.
Yeah, 1,000 wings, and it's 5,000 windsurfers also. But regarding the wings, it's gonna be a huge amount also.
Oh wow, that's awesome. So the festivities were good. Everybody showed up in old camper vans, that kind of thing.
Yes. This year it was really tricky to be competitive. I agree. Everybody was on races for it, and everybody was really with a super good level. So I mean, if you wanted to be competitive, you needed the good gears, the good level, and the right implication. So it was. Obviously, you can also go for a funny race and just do with pleasure and going slow. But if you wanted to do a result or to be on the podium, it was super, super hard. It's crazy how the sport evolved in 1 year since last year. Everybody's now on the races foil, like the Chubengas, the Levitas, or the kite foil racing foil. So definitely, if you don't have a 110 centimeter mast and a super small front wing, you cannot beat anybody. So yeah, it's
That's
a
fast,
lot
eh?
about the gears. And but yeah, that was cool. That was super great, actually.
Huh. Okay. So next year, 1,000 wings. That's a lot of wings on the water at the same time. That'd be
Yeah,
so cool.
it's great. That's
Any
crazy.
any crazy crashes?
I don't think so.
No.
No.
Oh, good.
There was some crashes on the start line and on the finish line. Yes, the last race we did a 40 kilometers, and doing the track. In the track there was a big bunch of seaweed, so everybody was falling, but it's not like a big crash. It's just you are falling to remove the seaweed and then you go back. No, actually this year
Oh,
we had
yeah.
luck. There was no big crash, no injury, so this is super good. Especially with 40 knots of wind. If you are full committed, it's really important to be prepared and not crash the wrong way. Otherwise, you can really, I think, hurt yourself a bit. But this year,
Well,
no, I don't think we had anything special.
for those who don't know it, it's full offshore as well, right?
Yeah, it's full offshore. It's in Gruissan. It's in the south of France, and the wind is the or Mistral or Tramontana. It's a wind blowing from the northwest or the north. So obviously the coast is orientated south, so it's kind of offshore, side offshore.
And you're competing this year as well?
Yeah, yeah, I was
Yeah.
competing, but I mean, I was there for my brand for reading, and I was also there to enjoy on the water. But I
Yeah.
was quite surprised how I went super fast with 85 centimeter mast compared to everybody on their 110. And I was super proud to be able to compete against them. I really thought I was going to be a minute or two behind, but I was really competing with people with Shubengas and Levitas. That
Oh,
was
wow.
super nice.
Congrats. Yeah, because those are finely tuned machines, the Levitas, right? Like they're the little
And
airplanes.
they're super fast.
Huh.
They're super fast, and yeah, you see they are spending a lot of time in and thinking into the process of it and the hydrodynamics who works on the foil. So that's also quite interesting, I think.
Okay. Huh. All right. So what's next for you after this exam? But what's next in the wing world for you?
Me, I'm heading to Peru in Chicama in
Oh, come
10
on.
days.
Oh, sick. That's
10
going to be
days
so
from
fun.
now. So I'm super happy. It's the first time for me. I've heard a lot about it. Everybody's talking about it. I've seen a lot of images. Now I want to try it and experience it by myself.
Oh, that's amazing. Are you going with reading or by yourself
No,
or?
I'm going by myself with a friend to make some content and just to enjoy on the water and train a bit in the waves. I don't know. Have you been there already?
No, but Amit, so he was, I think, an Israeli windsurfing pro. And he was our number 8 episode, I think, on the show. And
Okay.
let me see if I can look him up real quick. He gives coaching clinics there all the time.
Uh-huh.
Amit Inbar. And so I should connect you or just at least send him a message and let him know because he's
Yeah, why
been
not?
going there for years. So he knows every little nook and cranny of that spot. Yeah, and crazy windsurfer. So yeah, that could be fun.
The spot looked perfect, so I
Oh
think
yeah,
it's
like
gonna be
what the
good. I
3-4
think,
minute wave or something.
yeah, that's crazy. I don't know what to expect, but I think it's gonna be crazy.
How's the forecast looking? Do you know?
I didn't check very well, to be honest. I think it's quite far from here yet, so it can change a lot, but I think it's quite consistent. It's snowing in the morning, and then the wind is picking up by noon, and it's increasing until mid of the afternoon, and then it's decreasing. Uh, Regarding the waves, I think it's wavy mostly in July, so that's gonna be fine. I hope.
Yeah. Nice. How long you on for?
I'm gonna be there for 17 days, so I have the time to to enjoy a lot.
Oh, that's beautiful. I hope that goes well. And yeah, let us know when you're there. We want to see. That's going to be so sick. Yeah, I
I'm
can't wait
gonna
to go.
try to make sick content and enjoy a lot on the water, definitely.
Yep. Beautiful. All right. What's the next trip after that? Do you have something else planned?
After that, I don't have that much plan yet. I know the next competition is in Dakhla, and I have to train my backside side because it's gonna be a right wave, and I'm goofy foot. So maybe I'm gonna go somewhere with right waves. Um, and maybe I'm gonna go again in Mauritius by the end of August, just for 10 days. I don't know yet. It's not scheduled yet, but
Not schedule. Oh,
it's
that's
gonna
okay.
come. Yeah, I'm
That's
a
okay.
bit traveling last minute every
Yeah, I
time.
kind of do. We kind of do the same thing. It
Yeah,
kind of makes it a bit exciting in that way. But you've been to Mauritius before, right? Because we talked
yeah,
about your
yeah,
crazy
sure.
incident there last time.
I've been
But
a lot. I've been a lot of time in Mauritius.
yeah,
I like it
yeah.
a lot, but I think I've done it maybe too much this past year. So I try to go somewhere else, like Peru now. I wanted to organize a trip at Fiji. I think I told you about it.
Hmm.
It was a bit complicated to organize it within a short period, so I think I'm gonna keep it for later in the year or next year. Um, so this year it's gonna be Peru eventually. Yeah, Mauritius, it's really a nice place, but it's yeah, when you go too much to the same place, it's maybe too repetitive for people. So I wanted to change a bit,
Oh, that's fair.
even though I like a lot this place. It's really amazing.
Yeah, it looks like a paradise.
Yeah.
Um, huh. So, what other spots have you been to in the last couple of years that have been your highlights that people might want to know about?
Um, I've been a lot of places outside of Europe. That's why I think I want to focus on Europe in the next years and in the next month, because I really think we have good spots in Portugal or all around the ocean coast, the Atlantic coast. Where did I go in the past? I went to Tahiti, was I think one of my favorite trips. This was definitely insane. Just the vibe there, the landscape, the vibe mixed with the people. Just it's just a special place who makes that you can't dislike this trip. Even if you don't ride a lot, you're gonna like because you have the feeling with people, you have the vibe which is nice, you have the landscape which is obviously amazing. So I think this was one of my favorite trips. Um, in my top three, there is definitely Mauritius, which is also one of my favorites because it's easy to access. The spot is also easy to access. It's just a beach you can drive at, and you pump your cat on the beach or your wing, and then you go in straight in the water and you go straight to the wave. So it's super easy compared to Tahiti, where you need to drive more or to access to a boat to go to the reef. In Mauritius, it's totally different. It's super easy. So that makes it a good place for our sports who are really who needs to bring a lot of equipment. And my top three, I think it will be, or I think it will be Cape Verde in the Atlantic Ocean,
Ah,
on the
okay.
island of Sal or Boa Vista. And this is also nice places with really right people and good conditions. So this makes it special.
How do you like riding at Ponta Preta?
Ponta Preta, we went 2 times winging there for the competition.
Hmm.
It's a really difficult wave because the wave is really breaking almost on the rocks. you don't have a lot of place and a lot of margin in between the shore, which is made by rocks, and the point where the wave is breaking. And the wave is really fast. So if you don't make it through all these sections, you can get caught and then end up on the rocks. So it's a good wave who can provide you good feelings on the water, but I would say it's not the best wave I've rode, winging at least. It's super tricky, super dangerous, so you are more focused on surviving than enjoying. But the landscape is still special. Huh? It's still a good, pretty island with crystal blue water and nice rocks everywhere. So I like the landscape, but regarding the conditions, it's a bit complicated, I would say.
Yeah, it's way more challenging. I guess more just for contests or
Mm.
for pros or kiting and windsurfing as well.
Yeah, it's definitely
Okay.
this. Mm.
Okay. Huh. What did you like so much about Tahiti waves and whatnot? Obviously, they're freight trains too.
Where? Sorry, didn't you?
Tahiti? Yeah.
Yeah. Um, There you have a variety of spots, which is incredible. You can find flat water, you can find the best wave in the world, you can find the most pretty place you would ever see. I mean, this is really subjective, but in terms of islands I saw, it's one of the most pretty island I saw, I think. In terms of color of water, of landscape, how all the landscape of the island is still existing, and it's not like, I mean, humans didn't destroy it yet, I hope.
Okay.
um, and the wave are kind of difficult to access because you're always in a boat to go to the shore or to the reef. So I would say it's more difficult than Mauritius. You always need the boat to then pump your kite or your wing on the boat and leave from the boat to the wave. It's one of the reasons why you need a boat. It's the safety, because most of the time the wind is offshore and the reef is really far from the shore. So if you have a problem, you are immediately in the deep blue water, and then there is some creatures who are looking for you there.
You got
So
some big guys there. What's your favorite break there? Because I know there's a ton.
um, yeah, there is a lot of breaks, definitely. You can do everything on any kind of breaks. You can wing or surf or prone, foil on any breaks. What the place I liked the most was definitely Teupo. Winging in Teupo was such an insane experience. Like, maybe not the best waves I rode ever, but just to be there, to think that you are there, you are at this place, the mythic place of Teupo, and then you see the landscape around, which is full of mountains and full of diversity of green and blue and all these shades of color, and it's so beautiful. Really, it's really an experience I'm never gonna forget. And also to be there on the water with three friends of mine, nobody in the lineup, it's something would change your experience. It was super, super cool.
Well, that puts you in like an elite group of humans that actually get to stamp their names that they've been there. That's pretty special.
Yeah, also I think so. But yeah, when you are there, you really, I don't know, it's because we grew up in this environment where we hear everywhere that Teupo is so special. Oh, I don't know if it's because Teupo is special. You know what I mean? It's a feeling you have once you are here, and you can understand it only if you went there on the spot, I think. But it's really amazing.
Well, it has a lot of history, and I can only imagine feeling that almost when you're there. Like that's what would make it.
Yeah.
Like how many people who have given their lives to these sports and dedicated to the love and passion of it have been there, like you. That's pretty cool. What
Uh-huh.
makes that wave? Because it is shallow, it is reefy, it is
Yeah,
thick. Like
it's
how?
super shallow. Hopefully, I didn't see it from close because I didn't fall. But I think the reef really hurts.
Yes.
What else? The wave is really short. You have this kind of bump of the ocean who fall on the reef. So this is what makes the tube, and then the wave is immediately finished. So it's not the most long wave you're gonna find, but it's definitely the most powerful. Um, what next? Yeah, it's really shallow, and I think the reef hurts because it's kind of reef with really sharp. Um, but yeah, hopefully I didn't fall. That's the main thing.
Wow, that's the main thing. All right, so you're saying you're gonna working on your backside then for the next contest for Dakhla. So hopefully try to find a spot that would be more conducive to working on that. Is that
Yeah.
kind of how you organize a trip a little bit? Because I guess you can't travel all the time, obviously. But does your sponsor reading help with that training kind of aspect of things? Because I know you just switched over to the team, and you said
Yeah.
they were a pretty cool community.
Yeah, sure. They are helping me a lot with this. Obviously, we want to make the brain grow together. So making the brain grow also is linked to making content, training, winning competitions, increasing the gears, having good image. So all of that, it's the work we have together, and for that they are helping me for my travels when I'm going to shoot somewhere or when I'm going to train somewhere for the next competition. So most of the time when I go on a trip, I look obviously for waves. And if there is a competition coming right next to the trip, I try to organize it on a wave who is gonna look as the wave on the competition or also on the competition spot. If it's a good spot where you can do good images, I try to go before. For example, Cape Verde, you go before because you know you're gonna have some proper shots or proper good waves before the event.
Mm.
So that is something I do. Otherwise, yeah, I just go on a trip trying to look for waves who has never been ridden by a wing foiler. For example, I wanted to go to Cloudbreak, but I think it has been ridden by a wing already. I'm not sure, but I think so. I think I saw some images of somebody who went there.
Hmm. That would be an interesting spot. Just trying to pick down the spots that haven't been touched yet, because there still are some everywhere.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah,
would
there
be.
is so many spots. There is also spots nobody knows about and where I think amazing for wing because you have so many possibilities with the foil now.
That's very true. That's very true. What do you like so much about the gear that you're riding right now?
What I like it's that with my foil I can do a lot of different aspects of wing foil. I can race as doing the Defi. I was going quite fast and I was quite competitive against the other guys. So I find this super good. And the last day I went also downwinding with my SUP, and I was on the same foil, not on the same size, but on the same model of foil, which is the El Capitano. So from racing to downwinding to wave riding, you can do all these three together and still have a lot of performances and enjoy a lot on the water. So this is what I like. You just don't fool yourself with 5 or 6 different models. You have one model you can use. If you have 3 different sizes or 2 different sizes of this model, you can then cover a lot of session you're gonna have with your wing. So that's one of the main points I like
Hmm.
about this
Okay.
foil.
That's more
Yeah.
of a higher aspect kind of foil, or what's the?
Yeah, it's a mid high aspect, I would say. I don't know exactly the ratio. It's around 8 or 8.5, I think. So it makes it really nice for downwind. It provides a lot of glides, but it's not also ultra high aspects, who makes that you can't carve and turn anymore. So you have this compromise in between, which is really nice, I find.
I guess almost similar to the different kinds of planes you're going to fly too, right? Some bigger ones, some slower ones. Some
Yeah, yeah, that's another thing. But
yeah,
it's really nice because you link everything you learn with aviation with hydrofoils and what we are doing in the industry. It's quite similar. Huh? It's just the same underwater, but of course there is different forces and presence and everything. But it's still a bit the same environment.
are you thinking of ever getting into jets and that kind of thing, like
What do you
for
mean?
flying? For like flying, are you
I
ever going to get
am.
into like specific jets and that kind of thing, or is it more just rec for now and maybe commercial? Or
Yeah, I would like to be a commercial pilot, but I think I'm gonna take, if I do this and if I go in this career, I'm gonna take what I can have on the path. Uh, it's already a luxury to be a pilot. I will see after whether I can choose or not what I want to do exactly, but
I see what you're
my
saying.
main goal now
Okay,
will be just to be a commercial pilot, any airlines, anything. Just be able to fly and to live from it. It will be a dream for me.
yeah, that would be pretty exciting. Huh. I guess that does tie in well. So what do you do with reading the team there? Are you helping with R&D and helping with feedback and all that kind of stuff
Yeah.
as well?
It's always really hard to help with R&D at the brain, I find, when you are also a rider, because you focus a lot on your performances on the water and you tend to forget that um, every people who ride are not also competing and are not aiming for the best performances. So this is, I find, one of the difficult points as a rider. But of course, I try to do my best and help them as much as I can, to show my vision, to show what I think about the sport. I've been doing now wing foil for quite a lot of time. I've been in a lot of different sports. I've seen a lot of people and talk with a lot of people. And with all these feedbacks I had and all these experiences I made, I can now really explain to my team and to reading what will be the best things to maybe do and develop in the future to just have the most efficient gears and the better thing to sell to the most kind of people. But that's really tricky because you have a lot of subjectivity in this sport. People like wave, people likes racing, people likes freestyle, people like just cruising. So you cannot, of course, please everybody. So that's the most difficult point, I find.
And especially with winging, like based on age and body size and athleticism, there's so many different factors that come
Yeah.
into picking the foil for you as well. And there's a million brands, and everybody seems to
Yes.
be working
Mm.
together though, and it seems to be going in a nice direction. Um, Especially there's a lot of new, more beginner friendly things than there were 3 4 years ago, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
And okay. Oh wow. All right. All right. How do you like competing in Dakhla? That's supposed to be a pretty cool spot.
Yeah. Dakhla was really nice. I like this place a lot, obviously, because I won there my first World Cup competition in 2021. So that was a special place and special moment for me. Um, it's a good spot. Dala is really known for the flat spot and the kiting spot where you can race or learn how to kite. But there is also the ocean part with much less known, even then it's changing these past years. And you have a lot of super amazing waves who are, it's all around point breaks there. You have beach waves, sand waves, sorry, um, everywhere. So they are mostly right foot forwards. No, sorry, they are right foot backwards. Sorry, it's regular waves there.
Okay. All
Um,
right.
but it's really um, kind of point breaks you like to ride because it's small waves, not that powerful, but you can do a lot of maneuvers on them. You can, for 500 meter, do 5 carves, then 2 jumps, and then 5 carves again. And then you go again at the peak and you take another wave. And this is what's really nice there. And it's also less crowded than, for example, a Mauritius because it's less known. So that is one of the points why I like Dakhla a lot. I think that's the main point I like about Dakhla. Have you been to Dakhla already?
No, I haven't been to any of those spots yet. I've been to Maui a couple times, and then I'm heading back to Hood River in September, or maybe sooner actually. Gonna get some time there because that spot down the river foiling is pretty insane. And what else? I don't know. We'll have to see. Probably back to Mexico this winter, I think.
Okay.
I spent 4 months there this year, and we had some 5 to 6 kilometer downwinders that were pretty epic, like head high swell and some good stuff at the beach and beach breaks. Overall, such a different place to be in a complete desert. But the people are amazingly friendly. The food is good. Beers are good. Everything is good. So it's a beautiful spot. I can't wait to go back. Yeah, I got some good friends there, so it'd be cool.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to go to Wood River this year because I've seen a lot of content there of downwinders and people who like it a lot on this lake. I don't know if it's a river. No, it's a river. It's not a lake.
It's a river.
But it seems to be super nice to ride there and to do a lot of downwinders.
It's insane when you got wind and current going in a different way. So yeah, we went to the hatchery last September and did event site, but didn't do a lot of other spots. So I'd like to spend a bit more time because the downwinders there I think would be insane. Oh yeah. It just feels like you're floating so much longer because the current is going the opposite way.
True.
Because it was when I was at AWSI, Muna White was off to the side. She was training with somebody, and I was training in the center, and it was just like you would just glide forever. And it wasn't anything big, like it was shoulder to hip to waist kind of thing. It wasn't crazy, but just watch out for the boats because they do sneak up on you. Yes. It's crazy. So nice. You're like, oh, that thing is far away. There's no problem. And then you're like, how the hell did it get here so fast? So I'll say, keep an eye on it. And then I am not one to go play anywhere close to those things. So just, come off to the side. But beautiful place. Very nice. Good food. And it's a beautiful little town as well.
Yeah, it looks super nice, the landscape. There's a lot of mountains. I think you can do some hikes as well. So
yes, good biking.
Looks super nice.
Good mountain biking, definitely. Let us know because we'll be there. We'll be there probably. We'll be there for AWSI in September, but I'm hoping to be able to go there sooner to spend a bit of time because that's like one of the top spots. It's super easy to access when you're on the west coast of Canada.
Isn't there a lot of expenses stuff? Like, is it affordable from Europe, you think, to go there?
Oh,
like, I mean, regarding accommodation and everything.
I think my friend, our Frank, who is on the podcast team, he had found, actually Nadia, who was on the show, she was renting a room for $850 American. Okay. So it's rented, but just in general, there are some rooms that you could probably find if you're staying there a little bit longer. And there's a good network of people that I'm sure they'll be able to help you find something. Airbnbs are there as well. They weren't too crazy. Last time when I went, I just went camping. So I had it because the Tucker's campground there in Hood is, if you're there for a week or so, it's $25 a day.
That's super cheap.
Only because I was driving, I had all my stuff. But if you're flying in, there'll definitely be some rooms and some different Airbnbs that aren't crazy. Yeah. It's the mecca of stuff down there. So there'll be a lot of people that could help out. But everything is pretty close as well. The spots are far spread out. Like you do need a car to drive to these different locations wherever it's windy.
Yeah.
But everything is there. Like the history of everything. It's crazy to think of like... Yeah, because Steve Meyer, he's the creator of No Limits Masts and the owner of No Limits, and that started there and all that. It's just like so much history. Yeah.
Okay, it's a must for me then.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
my next trip. It's there. Okay. Yeah, I thought it
Yeah.
was really expensive, but it depends, I think, on what's your living style. And yeah, definitely, if you go with a camper or if you go camping, it's really nice. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
keep this in mind for
There's
next time.
always, I think even Hawaii, they said was extremely expensive. But when I went, I was able to get connected to the right person and I was able to find a room and a house and rent a vehicle. And like, I think everything's doable. And like there, I set up my tent, but sometimes I'll just sleep in my Subaru. So I have like a nice, comfortable kind of little camping setup in there. And it all depends what you're looking for. If you're going for a month, yes, a nice room would be awesome. But if you're going for a couple of weeks, there's nothing wrong with finding some cool spots in nature to enjoy that too. So
Yeah, sure.
that's what we did. Yeah. Yeah. And then you got
Okay.
good greasy American food that you don't get in France. You got good burgers and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Nowadays, a lot of fruits there, I think, as well
Yes.
in Hawaii.
There's
This
yeah.
we don't have that much.
No, that's true. And can't remember I'll ask you last time. Have you had poutine and all that stuff from Quebec yet?
Yeah, you asked me last time. I don't think we have. At least in the south of France, I never heard about it in restaurants, but could be that it exists in Paris or other big cities like this. I think it must exist in Paris for sure.
It has to.
But yeah, or if you go to special restaurants who are orientated in this kind of food, I think we have it. But I never tried to eat poutine. I don't know what's the taste of it. What's made for? What it's
Well, it's
made with?
just fries and cheese curds and different kinds of gravy. So the gravy makes it. It'll be dependent on the flavor of the gravy. If it's a beef gravy or if it's a mushroom gravy, it's oh my goodness. It's heart
Okay.
attack and whatever, but it's it's good stuff.
It's a kind of melting pot of all the food you have in your fridge. No, I don't know.
Pretty much. And then you wonder why there's an obesity problem in Canada and the US. But anyways, not in
That's
France.
also a must to try.
Yes, I think you definitely have to try that. How do you like living in the south of France? There's so many. It's a beautiful place as well.
Yeah, I really can't complain about where I live. I mean, I've been to Belgium a lot this year, and I've seen what's really living under the clouds. So this we are lucky about in south of France, that we have a lot of sunny weather. We have a lot of wind. Also, the landscape is quite nice. We have a lot of mountains to hike and definitely some good spots and sometimes good waves. But obviously, it's not on the level of Hawaii or other island like this. But it's really I can't complain. It's super nice.
Yeah, and it's warm. Like it stays warm most of the year, right?
During winter, it's really cold. The temperature can decrease until -10, I think. So
okay, all right.
It can be quite cold. But from most of the time from April, it's already around 18 degrees and it's super nice weather with wind. So that's a good place, I find. Yeah,
a lot of people come down from north and
we just
like in the
miss a lot
summertime.
of
It's a
waves.
good spot. Eh? Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess so.
we miss waves,
okay.
but if we drive 4 hours, we have the west coast, so that's super nice as well. It's a good location. You're really nearby Italy, nearby Barcelona, and nearby Biarritz, which is at the west coast. So that's really a good location, I find.
Have you done Germany, Switzerland, any of those kind of countries yet with Balls and some of the other guys up there?
Switzerland, I've been there. I've been in Sivaplana and St. Moritz 3 years ago for a competition on a lake. And I have to say, it's really beautiful. The landscape, it's super nice. It's really, I think it's part of the Alps. So it's in the mountains. It's a big lake where you can ride. The water is super cold, but the landscape makes it different. So I really liked it. Germany, I never been. I've heard a lot about Zilt. I don't know if it's German or
Oh,
Denmark.
yeah. Okay.
Do
I
you
don't
know
know.
about it? No. But no, I never been in Germany to ride.
The guys, both Frank and Matt, are from Germany. So a little shout out to those guys on our team. And I
Yeah.
just want to go to Oktoberfest and then catch some wind after. Some, I think that would be pretty fun. It'd be quite the cultural experience over there. So I'll have to go visit the guys. They've been asking me to come over. But it's a nice thing about Europe is you do have quite a variety of different places, and they're not that far away, right?
Yeah, we have a lot of different kind of spots. As you can see, we have the Mediterranean Sea, which is mostly flat but strong winds. We have West Coast, which is mostly bad waves. And then if you go to Portugal, you have one of the biggest waves in the world. So it's indeed
Yes.
it's indeed a lot of location within a small area. You also can go to Canarian Island. It's not that far, and it's good
Yeah, I've
islands
heard.
with pretty good waves and a lot of wind. So that's right that we have good location, but I think it's the same in all around the planet. We just all have
Yeah,
our little spots, and
that's very true.
we like our home.
That's very true. Yeah, we all have, and that's the nice thing about foiling is it's opening up little playgrounds close to home, and you develop that connection with them. And did you ever have time to think back a little bit of kind of how cool this time period is in your life that you get to do all this stuff and see all these places
Uh-huh.
and how
That's
different it is for other people maybe in your friend circle
yeah.
that are just school and work and
I have to say I'm really realizing it more and more through the year. Because you face more the reality of life when you grow up, and you face more what's the problem in life, and when you see all these wars in the world and everything, you really tend to compare your life with all these lives, and then you are like, okay, I have nothing to complain, and I must not complain. No, but
yeah.
it's really true. I'm really lucky, and I'm so grateful for all what I had, and it's mostly thanks to my parent and where I grew up, which is obviously a kind of a bit of luck.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really grateful to have all what I have and to be able to experience all what I did at my age. Um, when I was after high school, I had a choice to or go in a deep down study and stop winging and kiting at this stage. But I don't know. I had an opportunity, and I just choose to keep going. And now I maybe don't have a good degree or a strong degree, but I have 5 years of amazing memories I'm gonna remember forever. And this was the choice I made back in the time, and I don't regret at all. And now I'm just grateful with all what I experienced, and I hope it's gonna keep going the most long it can be. And I wish everybody on this planet to experience the same. It's really, I think, any kind of people in this environment who experience the same as me are gonna say the same. It's just a big luck, and yeah, we realize I realize more and more every day. So if
Well,
this answers your question.
Sarah Keto Fringer, what's like she's 32 or 33 now, and she's still like dreading top of the list. So
Yeah.
there's you got quite a bit of time to enjoy and to still. And do you like the competitive aspect, the content aspect, the lifestyle? Like, is there an area that you like to focus on more?
I like more the lifestyle than the competitive aspect. I've been doing a lot of competition these past years. I've been doing, I think, too many competitions, and I never been that much competitive in my life. I didn't really like to be competitive and to show my level to the people. I'm more like, we go in the water, we enjoy together, and everybody is happy. It seems a bit childish like this, but I don't know. I always prefer this mindset than just going to be like, okay, I'm gonna beat you and I'm gonna kick your ass. But
Yep.
I've done this because you need to do this to be kind of respected and to be kind of um, more known in the water sport industry, and then to have your first sponsors and everything. You need to compete. You need to show who you are, and this was a must. But now that I already did this, I would like to go more into the lifestyle part, more into the company parts, working more for the company which sponsorize me, helping them to grow, helping us to do better images, better contents, better products for everybody. This is what I prefer now. It's more on what I'm focused. Of course, I'm more again focused on competition, but it's less uh, it's less important for me now. It's more in the background of my head. So, but I like it. I still like it. It permits to travel a lot. When you are on the spot doing your hits, you are only two people on the amazing wave, so that's super nice. Um, but the really deep down competition with all this stress, I think it's a bit the past for me, and now I'm more focused on all the rest.
Well, that's what Marcella Witt did, right? She was competing and then kind of switched
Yeah.
more into content lifestyle, and so there's definitely that space, and I think it does reach a lot of people, and it helps a lot of people to just to kind of follow that same or take a few minutes and try something new, and
Yeah.
definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's what I prefer. Yeah, as I said, I never was into the competition mode, but I don't know if it's unfortunately or fortunately, you need to push your limit and to show who you are to people to get your first sponsors and get your work rewarded, I have to say, which is logic in a way.
Yeah, I think it's the way the engine has been built, definitely. But I think and once you're there and once you've kind of stamped your place, then doing the other things to help in the other ways, because I know the tour really does try to help give back to kids, and they do community events at every tour stop. And like when I was talking to Tom, they're always, especially every little place, will do little presentations or things to help some of the local kids, especially in some of the poorer areas, find something for them to focus on. So there is a lot of, I guess we're all trying to push the sport to help people wherever they are. So there's a lot of worse things you can be doing than going wing foiling in the afternoon.
Yeah, definitely.
Can't start a war if you're winging.
No, and you don't know if you're on the wrong spot at the wrong moment.
Yeah, maybe get off my wave, bro. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but you're right. But I think it's also one of our goals. Like we are kind of enjoying life, and I think we kind of found the trick to avoid the annoying part of life. So we need to give a bit to other people. I mean, it's also a sport which is quite expensive, so you need a lot of money to buy your first gears and your first material to do it. So it's obviously one of our goals to, when we go abroad in Cape Verde, for example, to let some of our gears to the young kids there who obviously can't afford any of the material. So yeah, I find it's just part of our job to do this. We go on their place to do our sports, but then they welcome us. Then it's our goal to also give what we have to them, and not just come take what they have and then leave.
That's very true. Yeah, because they'll never potentially get that opportunity otherwise. So
Yeah.
Okay. All right, my friend. Well, so what are you studying next today? You've had a nice little 1 hour break.
So now I was studying all the parts of an airplane, all the motors, all the kind of parts who made that the plane fly and why. And it's quite interesting, but it's really also hurting my brain. So that was nice talking. Yeah, these days I'm really autistic. Like you go deep in a subject and then you realize you're just in your room studying, and you think like this for 5 minutes, looking down at nothing, and you are like, oh, okay. I feel so much autistic.
Yes.
I don't know if you know this feeling. It's
Whoa. When I went to I took a 4-year university degree, and what I found, green tea and bananas helped. I had to stay off of everything else.
Yes.
That helped, green tea, bananas. And then every hour to an hour and a half, I would go run or go exercise or go break the cycle for 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then come back. Some of my friends would study straight, and it was just, I would get too jittery and my brain wouldn't focus. So yeah, I don't know. Green tea and bananas, man, they keep you going.
No, I can't study straight for 8 hours. It's impossible.
No.
I've done this 6 hours last time, and my brain was cooking. I was just reading information and I was not remembering anything. Yeah, it's definitely the good solution to go for a run or to go for a fast, quick session. If there is winds, maybe I'm gonna do that. I don't know.
Okay.
Because now I'm cooking in my room. I just want to run everywhere. Yeah.
Well, thanks for taking the time, and I
no
appreciate
worries,
this.
mate. With pleasure. It was super nice talking with you again, and I hope people who listen are going to enjoy our discussion.
Oh yeah, for sure. And we're looking forward to hearing from how Chicama in Peru trip goes, because I think that's going to be epic.
I will not forget informing you. Yeah, I think it's going to be epic. I hope. I have a lot of pressure on this trip because I want to do some good images, but as the water is not deep blue and it's not an island water, I'm like, okay, then I need a lot of good waves and proper content. But I think it's going to be fine.
I'll connect you with Amit there. I'll send him a message, and he's normally really responsive. And
thanks. Appreciate.
Yeah, amazing guy. Okay, cool. Well, thanks everybody for joining us on this one, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Good, thank you.